All right, let's start with some basic poly modeling. Okay, we'll recreate all these shapes in the Word document, which I will include with the video. And they're all similar, but each one's a little bit different. So we just get practice doing kind of repetitive things with poly modeling. All right, so let's start by making a box. Okay, just drawing that in the perspective viewport. Go to modify, and let's make it 100 by 100 by 100. So everybody gets the same thing. All right, and just a little smaller here. All right, and let's right click on it and convert to editable poly. All right, editable mesh is a similar tool set. It's just older and kind of grandfathered in there, but you want editable poly. All right, and I'm going to hold down Shift and make some, actually I think I'm going to change the color of this. Just click on this little thing. I'm going to go with sort of a blue, I think. All right, hold down Shift. And you want these to be copies, not instances. Okay, doing this here. All right, see, it's like in this document it has the original ones in the middle and copies all around, and I'll make another set of 5 below that. Okay, something like that, and like that. And let's take all of them and make a copy downwards. Okay, I'm going to hit G to turn off my grid. All right, let's see, which one should we start with? This one right here looks good. So I will go right click, hide unselected, so you have just one to deal with. All right, so so it has all these same number of sides that kind of are beveled in and then out, right? Oops. So so I'm going to select all my faces, right? Okay, and you want to make sure ignore back facing is not on. Okay, if it is and you select all your faces, okay, the back ones won't be selected also. All right, so ignore back facing should be off. Select everything, and right here under edit polygons we have extrude, and extrude will just stick them, extrude them straight out. Outline makes them go inwards, and bevel combines the two. So let's use bevel. Now you can click on the right on the word, the button bevel, and do it interactively. But generally what we want to do in this whole process here is click on the little thing to the right of the word bevel, and that will open this little doohickey up. Each one of these tools has one of these things, right? And as you roll over something, the name of what you're rolling over, instead of a little tooltip coming out to the side, it's up in the top there. All right. So this middle button is for the height of the bevel, and this one is for the outline of the bevel. Okay. And the top thing here is whether they're going to bevel out as a group, by local normal, or by polygon. Okay. I think by polygon is what we want here. If we bevel by group, they're all going to go in the same direction. That clearly won't be right. Okay, so by polygon, that looks good. But if we look at our thing here, we want them to go inwards and then out. So I'm going to right click on height for the first one. Okay, and then turn down the outline. I'm going to hit F4 so I can see my edges. Something like that. All right, so that's the beginning. Now, if I hit check, it's just going to say, okay, it'll execute and this little interface will go away. If I hit the plus, it will stay open and let me do another one, okay? It can be a little confusing because when you hit plus, it does another one exactly the same as the previous. You'll get it as we do a few of them. You won't want those exact numbers, but let's do it anyway, and we'll figure it out. So we hit the plus, see it goes in again. So this next one, I want no change in the outline, but I want some height extrusion like that. Okay, and you can actually rotate this thing around without saying yes or no to this. Okay, so maybe I didn't go in quite far enough on the first one. So I'm going to exit. Actually, sorry, I think I'm just going to stick with the way I have that. It'll be fine. I should have made a little more space on this first one, but anyway. And then click on the word editable poly to get out of the sub object selection. Okay, and then unhide all. And let's try this one in the. Let's try the front one here. Okay, I'm going to move this stuff over here so I can see it all the time. Okay, so hide unselected. And let's do the top first. Okay, so that's going to be kind of like, looks like it goes up a hair, then in, then down. So I'm going to use bevel. So no outline. Up a little tiny bit like that. I think that's how it is. Hit the plus. No height on the next one, but bring this one in. Hit the plus. No outline on this one, but come down a hair. Okay, I'm dragging right on the spinner most of the time. Okay, so that's the top. And this right side, we're going to go give it some height. Okay, then hit plus, and the next one, no height, but some negative outline. Okay, hit the plus. This one, going to bring it back in somewhat. And then I'm going to hit the plus, and this one, no height, but a lot of negative outline. Just okay, almost there. And I'm going to hit the plus again. Here's where it gets confusing because, you know, that number is too big and it's self-intersecting and stuff, but just stay the course like that. All right, so there's that. And let's do this side here. Okay, so this one here, you can see is got a bunch of little separate bevels coming out. So how do we deal with that? All right, so we select the edges, go into edge mode, and click on one and control click on the other one. So we have those two. All right, and connect is what we want. All right, and the number of edges we want to connect looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. We want 4 edges like that. Okay, so then check. All right, now we go back to face mode. You can hit 4. And we select these guys, and let's just bevel them out of here. And these can't be in group, but by polygon, I think is what we want. Okay, something like that. Unhide all. All right, we're looking good. Let's save this thing as we go along. Save as. Basic poly model. All right, let's do this one in the back here that looks like a kind of like a meat tenderizer. Hide unselected. All right, so I'm going to start here. Everything's going to come off that side. So I'm going to go to bevel, and the first one has no height, but some negative outline, kind of like that. Hit the plus. Next one has no outline, but it has some height. Okay. Next one, hit the plus. It has going down pretty small. About like that. Hit the plus again. This one has no outline, but it has a bit of height on it. Okay, hitting the plus again, just working my way along here. Give this some increase on the outline there. Hit the plus again. And there's one more that gets smaller. All right, we're not quite done, but we're done with this part. So hit the check. Okay. Now we have to divide this tip up here into 4 parts and bevel them out. Okay. So we go back into edge mode, and we can't do all 4 at once. We have to do 2, connect, and then the others and connect. So let's go to connect, and just by 1, that's fine, right? Now, you can't do the same thing again, like selecting this and connecting, because you can't connect across something. You have to have all 3 of them selected. And connect, check. All right, back to poly mode, and let's go in bevel, and not in group by polygon. And that's about what we want there. Something like that. It's a little hard for me to talk and do these perfectly at the same time for some reason, but they're close enough. All right, let's save this thing again.